Got them started?
Correct.
Alright, and we're going to open up the new turntable box. This is what you get when you order one. You can either have it picked up at York or pay for the shipping. Oh, baby. Oh, what a big ass box. Can you say huge? Come on over, Walt. Give me a hand. You guys know Walt, he's going to be helping with the installation and so forth.
Christmas timing.
Yep, Christmas time.
Ding ding.
Man, is it packed. Gotta say, it is packed well. Put the knife down.
The girl wants to see too.
Well, get in there, Deb. Go ahead.
You got your end or
No, I'm too sure.
He's too. Holy moly.
Alright, let's get that box out of here. We can set this back up. Nothing else in the box?
There's some parts in there.
Alright.
Just right, yeah. There's a small box of parts.
There's no box.
No?
Set it on the floor.
No box. No, there's nothing else in here. There's nothing else
Set
in
it up
here.
on
Alright, just drag it by me. Wait, let's get the label. Get the label. There we go. There we go. Yep. We got the label.
Detail
Look
parts.
at that man smiling right there.
Oh, I've been waiting. I've been waiting over a year. Oh, here. It's been a year waiting for this. But I could finally work with Al. Oh, you got tape everywhere.
It is very, very well wrapped.
That is for sure. What you figure?
There's the parts on the inside of that.
Oh, yes. Parts. There's parts on the back of that cardboard, Harry.
Spin it. Let's spin it.
Yep. All right, let's turn it.
You're up on the foam.
That's what I want to be on the phone.
Turn it more. Turn it the whole 180. Oh. There's the motor unit. Pull the tape off after we get the cardboard cut. All right.
Where's the parts? Take the cardboard. I got the turntable. There must be a turntable.
Hmm?
I'm bouncing around.
They just flipped off.
In here is our building, our TMCC unit, the whole 9 yards. And there's tie wraps here holding everything, the bridge down in place. So you just got to take your time and unpack everything. Don't be in a rush. This is the building. This is the control. Here, Rich, see if you can get down here and get a picture of the motor unit and everything else down here. This is well packed as well. You get your drive unit, belt, the indexing, the whole 9 yards is on this. Where's your shoes? Alright. We'll get that undone later once we get it ready. But that's it so far, guys. We'll talk to you later as we get to the next section. See ya.
Bye.
Yep.
Hi, Harry Henning here. Working on the bridge for the turntable. We've already put the safety first on that we wanted. We had to spray it with a gloss coat first. Then we put our letters on, and then we sprayed it with a matte finish. After I get all the rust on, then we're going to even go with a flat finish on it. And that should bring it up really nice. As you can see, I got a rust color here. I'm just lightly brushing it on and highlighting basically the rivets and so forth, and putting rust spots on.
When I demoed that master bath, I pulled the medicine
And as you can
cabinet
see,
completely
it's giving
forgot
that
about it
rust
this
look.
moment. So this is gonna fit perfect
And
between those two windows.
we will take and
I think it's having,
we'll put like there's a little dent here with some rust dripping down.
we can frame it right into the
And
wall. Even though I'm putting in a whole new master
I just
bath,
get a
putting in a
little
original
dot
like this medicine cabinet is
dot
just
on there,
like one step
and then
further than
a
tying
slight
this
little
bath in, so
streak
you don't have
down.
the original or a
So it
new.
looks like
There's like
when it
20
rains,
ways
it's
to
been
paint on this thing.
dripping down, or
And it wasn't
condensation,
safe in the first place, so
that rust
I'll paint
kind
it
of
and
drips.
that's my bathroom.
So we just work our way
Now
along,
to fit this thing back into the spot that it came from.
and it'll give it a little bit of character to our bridge. So
These
with
are
that,
my custom closets
that's
for
one
master
way to
suite.
do
And
your
I wanted
little
the
bit of
way
weathering. And
I
later
wanted to look
we'll go
original
along
to
and
the
we'll
home.
brush
If I
in,
did closet system
we'll
or something like
airbrush
that on tracks and all that
the
good stuff, you know that it was new and
dust
recent
and
it
some
fit
grime
well
in here
upstairs.
to give it
Here, Steve, I can get your-
other textures besides just the rust. Now I'm right now doing a light colored rust, and we'll do a little bit of a
So,
dark
Steve, now
color.
that
We'll
things are
kind
up,
of
I
blend
was
them
just trying
all
to figure
in,
out, like, I always wear
and
4-inch
you'll
heels,
see as
like,
we
all
go
my formal
along,
gowns
we'll show you
were,
different
like,
effects.
an inch below.
Thanks, guys.
If anyone is
See you
taller
next
than
time.
me, which
Good evening, everybody. Here it's a little bit more part of our installation of our Millhouse River Studio turntable. And what we're going to do, so we can level it, there's a couple different ways. Some people say shims. We're using a 3-inch 7/16 screw head. We countersinked it into the wood. And what we're going to do, we're going to run a fender washer up top to hold it in place.
That'll keep from crushing the wood.
So keep it from crushing the wood. Now what we're going to do, then we're going to come back. So we can level it out. We're going to put another nut with a fender washer. And we're going to have the turntable mounting tabs in between here. And we're going to put another fender washer. Then we're going to use a lock nut, a Teflon lock nut. So once we tighten it up and level it out, it's going to stay in place. So it's one of the many steps of putting in the turntable. That's what I'm going to do now. Is I'm going to put all these screws in, get them tight up against the wood. We also countersinked them so they're flush, and you won't have any problem when you go to do your road bed or your scenery that's going to kind of bury them. And probably what we're going to do before we even put any ballast or anything on it. We'll probably put a little piece of tape on here, so somewhere down the road, if we got to take it out, we can take it out, and the screws will be there. So. Screwdriver.
And a 7/16 wrench. Being this is a 34-inch turntable, what was there? 8 of them, wasn't there?
Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We'll show you the mounting tabs on the turntable so that you understand what you got.
I need one over here. Steal this screw. Thank you, Harry.
You're welcome.
Sloppy fingers.
We all get a case of the drops. As Walt was saying earlier, so you understand, this will be between the plywood right here, these two washers, this washer and your top. Then we'll have the 2 washers between the Millhouse, which then you can adjust it up or down in the layout. And this will make it nice that if we need to adjust the left or the right side or so, we can make some fine-tuning adjustments on it. And so anyway, that's how your nuts and bolts will sit when you go to put them together for the Millhouse River Studio turntable.
So, thank you all for having me here today. We are obviously here to celebrate the 80th anniversary of being in business here at Henning Street. And as a state representative for this area, it prides me in coming from this borough and actually awarding you initially the Business of the Month way back when. How do you remember that? So, upon your 80th birthday, I'd like to read the citation from the House of Representatives. So, whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania takes great pleasure in recognizing those businesses which contribute to the benefit of their communities and ultimately to all of the citizens of this Commonwealth, and whereas Henning's Trains is being honored upon the momentous occasion of its 80th anniversary, and whereas established by Harry Henning Sr. in Lansdale in 1939, Henning's Trains is a family-owned business currently operated by Harry Henning Jr. and his son Bill, and the store is an authorized Lionel dealer and service center and sells and repairs classic and new model trains with an innovative, progressive attitude, along with conviction to operate with integrity and vision. Henning's Trains has earned a reputation for quality and service over the past 80 years. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania salutes Henning's Trains upon its richly deserved recognition, offers best wishes for continued growth and success in the years to come. Congratulations. Thank you. You're welcome so much. Thank you. And to another 80 years of success. You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, good evening, guys. Well, we're here with the turntable again. Now it's time to tighten up the belt. on this turntable, it's a very specific way of tightening the belt. You will need a clamp, which Walt will show you here. He'll show you what you need to do. Once you got the belt on, then you need to bring the clamp and pull it up into place. As you see, that'll slide the motor up and tighten the belt. Let's pull this up as much as we can so you...
That should be good.
Alright, keep going. We're looking for at least anywhere between a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch deflection on the belt. And deflection, okay, so we go in here. What you want to look at is your deflection on the belt is right in here, how much movement you have. I can tell you, it may need to be slightly tighter.
Yeah, we'll snug this up.
Snug them up, and then we'll give it a little more on it. There's 4 bolts here that you tighten up for the motor mount, which are right there. As you can see, we'll keep checking the deflection. Al says if you go to tighten it, you may hear a pop. That's if the belt is not all the way on your sprockets, you will hear a pop. So what we're doing is, like we said, you're looking for that 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch deflection on the belt itself as you tighten it up. You go too tight, it's going to strain the motor. Just remember that. A little bit more. That should be good. Let's see what you got. Give it a little press down on the...
Oh, we should mess up this a little bit more.
That's pretty good. About where we were when we started. Let's tighten it up there, and then we can always adjust it if we need to. Then we'll go through, get the 4 bolts tightened up. And next thing we'll be doing shortly is going and installing it up in its hole. Alright. And get everything tight and we'll be good. Alright guys, now we're working on the installation of the turntable. You gotta move a few things underneath to get 2 guys up underneath.
Where do you want to be?
First of all, before we get too far come on.
All right, we got Walt and Bill down here working on installing the Millhouse turntable. And as we go up, we have the washers being held up in place with a wire tie to hold the upper washer. And then we're holding the lower washer. Alright, Bill's got his first one up. And then Walt's on the opposite side, getting his up in place. Now we can work our way around one by one, getting the rest of these up in place. Alright, one by one we'll get them done. Alright, now we got the rest of the nuts being tightened up, everything's up into place. It's just a matter of bringing her up little by little to where we want it. As you can see, we got a washer on the top, a lower washer, and a lock nut. That'll help lock it in place and get you leveling and adjusting to where you need it. The turntable in place, we're going to go and give it a little test spin here. So what we want to do is home it. 8, enter. It's going to look for home. And it's going to bring it back and center it for the home position. Alright, which that's pretty good. So let's go with our next test here. We want to go and 5, 2, 2, 3, enter. As we give it its test run here, that looks pretty smooth. As it picks up its speed, it slows down to its stop position, which is pretty nice. Very, very good. And let's go to step number 3. We'll give it another test here. Okay. Let me try that one again. 1, 0, 1, enter. And that, once you have finished programming, you need to press to clear. Da, da, da. Okay, we do that. Blah, blah, blah. Clear. Let's go. And we will put her back to the home position. Alright, and it looks like all we'll have to do next is we'll start getting tracks in and bring it up and level her out. Okay, we got Glenn working on checking my numbers on the turntable. How's it going, Glenn?
It's going pretty well. We're working through all the different staging tracks and seeing how the bridge lines up. It's a pretty neat system.
So far, so good?
Yes, yeah, we're tweaking it up. Oh, there it is. Dead on.
That's good.
Send it back around here.
See how we make out with it. I think there's a couple numbers I got to tweak yet.
We're learning the system.
Nice how it speeds up.
Yeah, the 2 speeds is kind of neat. Perfect.
Perfect lineup. That's great. And I guess Walt's working on wiring. Hey, Walt, say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome from Train Lanes.
All right, guys. Well, that's the turntable as it's working. Still programming.
progress.
See you later. Have a good night.